I am working on my greenhouse, and I'll go around here and show you. My daughter's actually here, and she is painting. I hate painting. I told her I hated painting, and she said, you got another brush? So I gave her mine. No, mine's actually right there. But she did get one, and she's helping me paint. And I'm going to show you guys the greenhouse. It's not really complete yet. I haven't technically used it for what a greenhouse is. I'm learning. I don't know everything about them. I don't know what, besides, I was going to say I don't know what the purpose is, but I know what the purpose is. I don't know if there's any other use besides just starting plants early. So I have some in here. I did a little video. I might put it as a short or something on this channel. It was doing some tomatoes that are heirloom tomatoes that someone in my family had, and they've had these type of tomatoes since I was like 11 years old. And I saved some of the seeds and didn't think it was going to work. And I started growing them, and they work. So they're in there. I got too many tomato plants unless I plant my whole garden with tomatoes. But this is the pollen got my nose itching like, I don't know. So this is the garden area right here, and it is fenced in. The dog's playing in the pond over here. And I got sawhorses out here because we were trimming out the greenhouse, and I'll show you. But basically, I would say I don't have very much money in this. It was pretty much, a lot of it, the materials were free. I wish I knew exactly what I have in it besides 2x4s, and they run like $2 and something each. And nails or screws. I used screws, which I had that were given to me that were free. I did buy the 2x4s, and I did buy the treated that's underneath around it. And I bought the pebbles that are on the inside. The racks were given to me. The ice machine, yes, there's an ice machine in there, and I'll explain when I go in there in a minute, were given to me. And some of the other lumber. But this is my area. I started to till it up around here, and then I stopped, and I was like, wait, I'm gonna do a video and as I go along with it. So I stopped tilling. But I gotta move these, and I got out of church today and decided that I wanted to paint it because I wanted it all one color. But all these windows, I went on Facebook Marketplace and found these windows. They were giving them away, and this is not all that I have. I had on there, said they had these windows for free, come get them. So I messaged them and told them I was on my way. I went and picked them up, and it was like 300 or 400 windows. And I don't mean like 300 or 400 of just this. It was 300 or 400 of two pane, the top and the bottom. I got them all, and then the guy said, hey, I'm going to be doing these other houses across the road. Do you want them windows? I was like, well, I really don't have no use for them that I know of, but you can message me around the time that you start doing them, and I'll let you know. So he ended up messaging me and said, hey, got these windows, you want to come get them? So I went and picked them up. So literally out here in front of my pole barn, I had like 1,800 windows. So I built this, and I don't know how many I used. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 30. So roughly 50 windows, and I built this. Some are the small ones up there at the top. That's what I made to do my angle with. I used the little ones up there. And I have some on the back side over here that are leaning right there. Because my plan is, I saved enough to do a roll across here, but I want to put some beds on an angle for like strawberries or something, because when I plant them out here, the birds seem to get them. That bush is just like a rose bush or something. Those were 3 different types of grapes, but only 2 have survived. And then these are blueberries, and it puts tons of blueberries out. They're everywhere up there already. I keep a ladder down here because Aaron likes to get on the ladder and get the blueberries, and we carry them and can them and stuff. There was a blueberry tree here, and I tried my hand at pruning, and it didn't last. It ended up killing it. So those 2 right there were actually over here, and I was like, well, if I can move them 2, then that'll give me another row down through here for my garden. So I didn't know if it was going to kill them. I ended up moving them, and they're growing. So I guess I didn't kill them. I'm going to fill in the hole down here so that I can get a row in. And this hole right here, I was using that to pile up for potatoes. For some reason, we had some potatoes grow up last year after it'd been like a year and a half that we ever had a garden. So my first year here, I had a garden, and it was the first time I ever had a garden, and it did great. I was eating tomato sandwiches like every day. I had tomatoes up front. I had like a whole row of potatoes, like 2 half rows of tomatoes, some beans, cucumbers. I had strawberries, jalapenos. I had Brussels sprouts, okra. Aaron's over to the side kind of reminded me. But it was like 2 years ago. And I built the greenhouse, and it's just been sitting here. Haven't really used it. I moved on to some other project, and then another project, and another project. And all my projects are not getting done. So I'm trying to get them done one by one. Like right now, I'm down here working on this. When the chicken house video yesterday, I still haven't finished the part out front of it. But the greenhouse was basically free, and I'll turn and go back to it. So I built the door. I used roof panel. I bought that stuff. It's pretty expensive for the sheets, and I made the door with it. I made this. It's just simple, just like old school stuff. You just move that and it'll shut. These lights were given to me. Let me see if I can get this thing back propped up, because it gets super hot in here without the fan on and that open. I want to probably make it where like some of these side windows will open, so I might put some hinges on them and make like 4 of them open, like maybe this one and that one down there open, and then on this side the same thing, just to give it more airflow. I'm going to paint in here eventually. I don't think I'm going to paint the rafters, but I am going to paint all the other stuff just to help it. I might end up painting the rafters too, because the carpenter bees are tearing it up. There's a hole right there above where that fan is somewhere. I don't know if we can see it. Yeah. So I'll probably end up painting it to keep them from eating on it. Fan's just a box fan. I stuck it up there. I might put a more powerful fan in eventually. I had one on the ground somewhere in here. Sink was given to me. I had a spigot out here in the yard back there, and I just tied into it, brought it in. No hot water or nothing, but I do have cold and cold. Sprayer works. Little cabinet is just a cabinet that I had. Mirror, soap, somebody gave me that. And this ice machine came from our church. They were throwing it away because the doors broke, and people would open up and they couldn't get it back in, so they leave it and the ice would melt. So they bought a new one, and they were throwing this one out, and I told them, well, I'll take it. And I was just going to put some hinges on it and make the door open and shut. and then I can use it for coolers, for camping. But it also serves a second purpose. It puts off heat. So it will heat this place, and I might be able to grow more throughout the year, through winter. I put it in another spigot down here, and then I just have a drain pipe because I don't really use anything in the sink except for like washing my hands off from dirt or washing out a pot or getting water in that, which it's well water, to go into my tomato plants. Aaron done came and started painting. So these are the tomato plants, and they're pretty big. It's all tomatoes, and that's basil. I had this little thing here, and the tomato plant, I got the tomato from him a year ago and was eating them, and I was like, I want to save some of these seeds. So I took some of the seeds. I watched a YouTube video on how to save the seeds, and I put it in like water and let it sit for a couple of days, and it like fermented, and they said it would smell horrible, but I didn't ever really smell it. I ended up letting it sit, and then I think I had to pull them out, wash them, and if they float, they were bad. If they sank, they were good. So I saved all the ones. Don't quote me on it, but I think that's how it was. I saved them, put them on a napkin to let them dry out, and they sat there for months. It's a wonder they didn't germinate, but they sat there for months. And then finally I put them in a sandwich bag, and then I had this little tray that somebody had given me, and I decided to put seeds in it. Let's see, it was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 of them. So it said to put, I think, 2 to 3 seeds per little thing like this, which they were a little bit taller. They were, when you put water on them, they expand, and you punch a little hole in it, you can actually see it. It's still got the little bag thing there. They expand up, and you put a little finger hole in it, and then you put 2 to 3 seeds in it. Well, I was like, they probably ain't all going to work, so I'm going to just put 5 in it. So I put 5 in it, and it seems like they all came and started growing. So I had tons of tomatoes popping up. Well, then I had them in here, and I'm just learning how to do this, so I wasn't 100% sure. So I had them sitting in here, and they were in this tray, and I ended up burning some of them up. Now, it didn't do this to the tray until later, but this tray was in here, and that's how hot it got in here. Enough to this burnt. I'm guessing. It's the only thing I can explain. I don't know how it ended up that way, but it's burnt. Trying to think what else I was going to say. But anyways, I pulled them out of there and planted them into these pots, and now I just take the little watering thing here and well water, and I just water them, and I'm getting ready to move them out there once I get the garden tilled up. And I'll probably buy some other things to plant or find some. I've actually got some seeds for some other stuff over here. Peas here. I don't know what all's in here. There's some stuff from when my mom passed away. These, I'm not sure what they are. I had to look it up. That I don't want to plant because that's like sugar cane. It was supposed to be sugar cane, but I think it is like, or no, this was something in the Bible. Can't think of it. Hyssop. Aaron just hollered it. So I think that's what that is. But I built these shelves, and I'm going to put potting soil and stuff. And then these white buckets, I have potting soil that I mix from the chicken's waste and some cow manure. And that's the thing with that. cement mixer that was given to me over there that I said I'll talk about one day and show you guys how I make this potting soil. And I'm just trying. I don't know exactly what works and what don't work. I ain't no soil scientist or whatever you want to call it. I just do things how I think. It's fertilizer, you know, here it's good for fertilizer, and I know it can get too rich, pH, blah, blah, blah. You know, somebody had to do it their way in the beginning to get to a point to where everybody knows what to do now. And there's probably people that's going to put in the comments, well, you're going to burn it up, you're to this, this to that, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'll read the comments and it might make sense and it might help me, but then you got people that think that they know everything and they don't. I don't know everything. I just do what I think would work, and if it works, then I do it the same next year, or I might try to change up a little bit and improve on it. And that's what it's about. It's about having fun, growing your own food, and canning and stuff like that. So whatever we grow this year, I'm going to can it. We're going to do videos on canning. Might do a video here shortly on canning. We have a ton of cabbage that we need to can, so we'll probably make sausage and cabbage and can it if we can. I'm sure we can. Aaron says we can, so we're going to. We're going to do that, and I might do a video on it and on pressure canning. I guess we'll be pressure canning or water bath. Probably pressure canning, because I think pressure canning cooks it. Water bath don't. Aaron's actually
pressure can if it's got meat in it to prevent botulism.
So you heard it there. She says pressure canning because it cooks it because it has meat in it, which is right. We've never canned anything water bathing it that was meat. All our stuff that is meat is canned with the pressure canner. So that's her area. That's what she likes to do. Well, I guess she likes to do it. She says she does. And we'll probably do a video on water glassing eggs. We have 1,500 eggs in our pantry or our storage room with all our food. And I'll show you guys that one day. And I know there's going to be people on here like, why are you showing everybody this? It's like, you know, I don't care. You know, if somebody needs food, I'll give them some food. And if it's the end of the world and the apocalypse and all that, and everybody's trying to come and they're going to kill me for my food, then I guess I'll go see Jesus sooner than later. And if the rapture happens before, I'll be in heaven, and hopefully somebody sees this video and is like, hey, this dude has some food, and they can come enjoy my food. But hopefully they get to know Jesus so that that they can join me in heaven. But anyways, I'm gonna get back out here and paint some more, and then I'll probably add some more video later on. But that's a little walkthrough on what I have. These are just some steel shelves that were given to me. I'm gonna buy some more and finish out this place. But right now it's working for what I need, and that's what it's about. That's what this channel's about. It's about budget stuff and building stuff on a budget, and you can see it's here, and everybody that comes over, they love it, and they're like, man, that's awesome. And I just want to share it with you guys so that you can see that it don't take much, just some screws and a little bit of knowledge and a want to. So I'm gonna get out here and start painting, and then I'll bring you guys back. So the outside has one coat. I've got to take the panels off up there, and I'm gonna take the panel off of that and off the door so that I can paint them and get all that done. But it pretty much has one coat on it. I did like 2 coats on this front side. I've still got to paint the bottom along there, but that's it. I'm gonna come back later tonight and let you guys see it with it lit up. It makes me want to come down here and just sleep in it. I'm going to paint the inside, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm going to paint the inside. So I'll bring you guys back when it gets dark and show you guys it lit up down here. It looks so nice and peaceful, especially with the water running. This is the end of the video, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. One of my cameras just came on the covered bridge, but this is it at nighttime. So just wanted to show how awesome it looks. See if I can open the gate out here. I wish the light, well, see, I have lights everywhere. That one came on above the chicken coop. But this is it. I got to clean all the windows and stuff. But that's pretty much my cheap do-it-myself greenhouse that was built out of just recycled windows that they were taking out of some housing. So anyways, I just wanted to share this with you guys. If you hadn't already, please like, share, subscribe, most of all, and help the channel grow. Not sure if you can see me, but I'll walk inside. So it's nice in here, and if I didn't have the fan blowing, it would be warm. But anyways, I love it in here. Once I get everything in here taken care of and cleaned up and finish painting all the inside, I think it will be really, really nice. Like I say, I would like to just sleep down here. But I love you guys. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video.